Hello, welcome back. Still croaking. This time I've got a hardback, a naked or unembellished hardback journal with an ephemera pack made with one of my soft cover or fabric covered cardstock covers. So let me show you the journal and then I'll go through this ephemera pack. These come together as one item. Say this is a hardback journal. It's made with chipboard. There are 4 signatures. There are 176 sides in this one. It's paper over chipboard. It's had a coating of Mod Podge and clear lacquer, and it's put together with construction tape. So it's a bit different, this one. If I undo it, you can see that it's sort of square. There is a little bit of curving on the covers, just a tiny bit, which is often happens when you use wet media on chipboard. It doesn't bother me, but it might bother you. On the back, I've got a tassel made following a tutorial by Shabby Tabby Studios. So that's just some ribbons, fibres, and a large bead cap that just clips on. And then inside, the Tim Holtz book plate on the front there, and it's gratitude is the dictionary saying. So inside, as I say, it's just plain pages. There are scrapbook papers, tea-dyed papers, vintage book pages. Got some inked papers, which I've done myself, and some of these have got quite a sheen on them because I've used Prima mica sprays. I've got some Nick the Booksmith digital pages on parchment paper, and I can't remember what this book is from, but I've used the same book for the centre of each signature. So let's just whiz through this so that you can have a feel for it. These inked papers, I think, turn out really nicely. I'd like to do some more of them, but I like to do them outside, and we need a very hot, very still day. Otherwise I'm chasing papers all over the garden as they blow away. We haven't had many of those days in the UK this year, not yet anyway. There's still time, hopefully. It is actually quite nice today, but there is a bit of a breeze. There's another of those inked papers. Middle. There's lots of writing space in this one. This is printed onto vellum. This is a book image, I think that's from Julie at the old design shop. It's got a pretty sheen on it. The other side of the vellum. Butterflies. This is paper. I'm not sure if that's Tim Holtz paper. That's quite thick scrapbook paper, and this is fabric just to reinforce that construction tape. So that's the hardback part of the package, and then this is the ephemera pack. I've given you some sari silk and some lace to tie that. There's an image here, Mrs. Cog image, which if you wanted to use this as a book cover and make a journal, you'd need to put sew a signature into it, obviously. You could glue this on with Fabri-Tac or stitch it on with another line of stitching if you preferred. In here at the moment we've got a fabric pocket and a lace pocket, and this is filled with various bits of ephemera. So I've got some paper bags, Tim Holtz, there's some double book pages from a needlework book and the Observer books, some faux ephemera tags, Tracy Fox for ephemera tags. Little floating pocket made from an old book page with some tags, it's a vintage library card and a plain card. And there's a paper bag with Tim Holtz people in there. So that's all from the back pocket. In the front pocket, I've got fussy cuts. Another of those tags, I think there was one in the journal, wasn't there, from the T-card album. There's an envelope which I haven't glued together, some plain cards in there. There's a tea bag with some more fussy cuts in there. And this one has got cigarette cards, tea cards and some postage stamps in that little glassine bag. So that's that side. And this side we've got, there's a bit more of the fabric. If anybody, you could make pockets with that if you wanted to. This has got some vintage ephemera and more modern. This is a reproduction, a scan, that's original. I think that's 1945, and a couple of old 1950s photographs. In a minute. It's a double book page from a bird book, some doilies, and then again in the front I've got another one of those, Tim Holtz, Project Life card, playing card, another library card, fussy cut, some more tea cards and some bits and bobs in this little coin envelope. So all of that comes together with this journal as one package, and that will be going into my Etsy shop. So thank you all for watching, and I'll be back shortly.